You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Nerd Z, is you ready?
Yes.
Del Pesh, is you ready?
Yeah, yay.
Let's go a little Toronto for a bit.
Turn it up, turn it up.
Y'all remember this?
Big Socks.
Shout out Ray Robinson.
This is the remix.
Remember the time I used to holler at you when I had no dollars. Wasn't writing this down, but working hard to keep me on my feet. Asked you on more than one occasion to give me just 1 hour. I showed you just how it could be. From time to time, I see you all excited.
I think we gotta go to the chorus. We gotta go to the chorus. I'm sorry, guys.
Check for me sooner.
So why are you chasing this?
You should have checked for me, baby.
So why are you chasing this?
Yeah, you should have checked for me then.
So why you chasing this?
You should have checked for me.
That's for all the exes. I'm joking.
Yo, that's a wow.
I am joking.
Yo, I honestly, listening to this, it's like, I can't believe they even had the audacity to say, we didn't have a sound. Are you dumb?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like, what? What? Oh my gosh. Like,
They keep trying us.
yo,
I'm not gonna lie to you. They tried us. They tried us.
they stay trying.
They stayed trying. Like for real. Like we didn't have like Glenn Lewis, Ray Robinson, Socrates, in essence, Kim Davis, Division.
Chaos.
Like I said.
Every day, Saturday night. I tried it. I couldn't fight it. Come on, man. I was trying to get back to me. Hey, man.
Like,
We might have to give them history. You know what I mean? We have to give them history.
No, at one point.
and
yeah.
even for the current ones, you know, we have Drake, we have Tory, we have
That album is.
Mariah the Scientist. You know, like,
Mariah the Scientist is Canadian.
No,
I know who you're talking about, but it's not Mariah the
I swear
Scientist.
she's Canadian.
No.
I think she's from Atlanta.
She's from Atlanta.
What?
She's from Atlanta, yeah.
No,
So
no.
who's the girl?
I think you're thinking Sad Boy.
Sad Boy. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Mariah was Canadian.
No.
This lie. So where was she from?
LA, I think it was LA. Or-
That's so
I don't know where she was. Shout out to her, but I don't
crazy.
know where she's from.
I'm sad.
But this is the vent. I'm your host, People's Champ, undisputed, undefeated, Jay Hunterville. You gotta have to take this title from the vent. Anyway, I'm joking. This is the vent is your host, Jay Hunterville. We got a Nerd Z here.
Hey.
We got Del Najiro here.
In the flesh. AKA when I put on chapstick, everyone puts on chapstick.
Oh, I thought you were gonna keep going.
I thought I was going to keep going too, but you know what? Since you say, AKA, shout out to the Ethiopian, Eritrean, Somalian, but I'm not that.
Okay.
If you're asking on the street.
You know, I can't say it's breaking news. It happened like an hour ago that we have Mark Carney as our new PM. Is it PM for the time being?
PM for who's running this year for the Liberals.
For the okay.
Yeah.
So he stepped in, or is he just the leader?
Oh yeah, he's in.
So he can make moves.
He can make moves. Yeah.
Okay.
So
As the successor of Justin Trudeau.
yeah.
Hell of a successor. Because that man stepped down when.
Everything was coming up.
Yeah.
Trust me.
But yeah, yo. Shout out. Yo, you know what? I don't even know where to start because it's been a weird week.
Weird week.
Like, it's crazy to the point that I can't even find that news report.
Which one?
The first one.
With the 2,500?
Oh, you want to go? Oh no.
Should we go? Oh no, let's. You know, let's
Before we get into that
let's
one.
get into the tariffs. They just keep coming back.
Oh, the status on that.
They backed
Like-
out again.
Yes.
They backed out again. One thing I noticed is, you know what I think is happening? It just feels like Trump is like raising his gun, and everybody's raising their gun, and then he puts it back, and he's like,
"This is a Western."
I'm just raising
like
literally, like I'm just raising my gun to see how much you guys are gonna draw back. I think that's just what it is.
Which is a stupid technique, by the way, because
That's actually
you
funny.
see the stock market. I'm sure everyone here has seen the stock market.
Crazy,
It's like
volatile,
like what are you guys like? What are you doing? Like,
super volatile.
everything in the red.
Like-
Everything in the red, except though, Billy's doing good, and
Who's
I
Billy
think another
Billy?
company.
Who's Billy?
They're responsible for. So they have companies in like social media, and I
of
believe
course.
what's the thing everybody uses? Timo.
Okay,
I believe
Timu.
Don't quote me on that. I believe they have some type of ownership in Timo.
And I also think BlackRock is also doing pretty good.
I mean,
Stocks are on red.
They
I'm
be
joking.
buying up the people's things and
I mean, acquisition.
massive land grab and thing. But,
Tell you the truth, war is not the answer. But I loved seeing that picture in Burlington when the eagle tried to attack the geese.
oh, that pic, yeah. You didn't
The
see the picture?
American bald eagle tried to attack the geese.
That's so funny.
And the geese,
Not the symbolism.
the geese defended itself
I can't.
in Burlington.
I can't.
Defended himself, hustling and tussling,
I can't.
and
Not the representation.
the bald eagle flew away. God keep our land glorious
That's
and
so
free.
funny. That's so funny.
I mean,
Now, the reason why we're making all these comments is obviously because, one, the tariff comment, which started and set off everything. And
Right.
when I mean, I have never seen such level of patriotism
yeah, like a
Canada.
spike, yeah.
in Canada.
Yo,
Wow.
Once I heard they were booing the national anthem, I was like,
Bro.
"Bro, you guys."
At the hockey
I have it right here
NHL.
in
It was
NHL at
Canada
Elimination
versus
Chamber.
America.
Mm-hmm.
And when I mean the debauchery
Yo,
that was happening in the stands, the Canadians, they thought we were nice, and they thought we just came and said thank you and excuse me. What?
But like, no,
Yo.
like,
The booze?
they booed. They booed the national. They booed at Elimination Chamber. When I tell you,
Crazy.
I'm there minding my own business, and it's like, now it's up for the American national. This is what I hear. Hold on.
Oh no. My girl can't even get through the tube.
Yo,
That was
like,
at
yeah.
Elimination Chamber, and then literally when you went right to Canada. Sorry, that. Whoops.
no, but you can hear that, yeah.
Yeah. The Patriots. What? And they thought America had it.
Hands to chest. What I tell you.
Yo, out here standing up, strong and free.
Yo, I'm not gonna
Yo.
lie. Yo, Canada's national anthem is fire.
Yo, like,
Black and white.
Bro. Yo, tears.
Not the tears.
Yo, bro, they booed it crazy.
That's crazy.
I'll tell you, they booed it crazy because like as soon as she started at Elimination Chamber,
just boo, like,
boo, like and
Them
there's
them ugly boos, the
ugly
boo,
boos,
boo.
from the tripe, from the
diaphragm.
from the diaphragm.
whoa.
And then when they went Canada, it just sounded like everybody was. I'm like, oh,
The unity,
yo,
the multiculturalism, standing together.
yo,
Everyone's just screaming, yo. Like,
you guys keep playing around. Like if Canada actually puts it together, just because you know what I mean, might not have the best representatives in all aspects. Like,
But that says a lot. Even though our leaders may not be the coolest, that tells you it doesn't matter if the leader isn't great. Everyone who's in the trenches, they got their person. They in the back.
like, yo, like,
yo,
They in the back for them.
when I tell you they sang that song like it was, I'll send you guys a video. They sang, yo, bro, hand to chest. I'm there like,
yo,
Not
that,
you, Terry.
didn't you hear me catch myself? Canada. You know, you could hear, but yeah, it was a real thing. All to the point that like it felt like ASMR hearing them putting those American bottles
That
in
is so
the
funny.
boxes. It felt Yo,
Referring to LCBO.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course the tariffs, right? There was the whole threat. It was standing for 30 days that they said, oh, tariffs, we're going to add them. And then all of a sudden it was a standstill for 30 days. And LCBO was like, well, you want to put the tariffs on? Well, we're going to clear the racks, clear the shelves
Imagine.
of all American products.
Yeah, that's,
Was
yeah.
it Kentucky? Don't touch our bourbon. I'm like, well, that's first to go.
Right? Tennessee was gone.
No. Actually, Hennessy was gonna go, but it stayed because Hennessy's from France.
Not Hennessy, Tennessee.
Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Tennessee whiskey.
Oh, I
Yeah.
Which is still.
Yo.
But
Yo,
Jack Daniels? Ooh.
yeah, it's,
It-
You
it
didn't
hurt.
even have a chance. You were the first to go. They said, oh,
I feel like a lot of people learned that day. He's like, that's from Canada.
yeah.
What's called Tennessee whiskey? It's like, damn it! I thought it would have been like New York fries, you know?
Right?
Like New York
Right,
fries
but
is
like-
Canadian, but it's like American.
Like,
right.
when I mean, and the way that social media was populated with all the pictures of the workers just removing the bottle, all you see is that freeze frame
Clink, clink, clink.
Yeah, like
of like them just in the aisles just removing bottles off the shelves. It's like,
And it's so gangster because they're in the black
Crazy.
gloves too, just clink, clink,
Yeah.
clink, clink, clink. When
Yeah.
you hear it, just clink, 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 clink.
that was it.
put that in
It's
the
like-
skid.
Yep.
You put it- oh.
Just
That, you know, I could definitely say like LCBO is handling it like a Caribbean mother.
No, but like that's funny. That's funny.
Oh, you know what? Let me take it all back.
Pack up on a two
You-
bad
you
mind.
think
You see,
you see
Bear
you?
Tariff,
Yeah,
tax
okay,
me.
try me. You thought I was joking, eh? Oh.
After all the things I have done for
Right.
Uno, your things.
That's exactly it. And every bottle, you can feel your just so
And as you're looking at it, you're like, look. I didn't even know this was American. Look. I didn't even know this is. No.
Now, speaking of Caribbean though, they say there's gonna be a spike in the rums.
Oh, they have a whole
Yes.
bunch of Ray and
Yo,
Nephew.
the way-
Ray and Nephew was like,
Not even just the Ray and Nephew. The way that so I went into LCBO the other day because I had to see it. I was like, social media
I just
could
had to
say,
see
yeah,
it.
I just had to see it. I'm like, sometimes maybe they're lying, you know, like they just want to
No.
make yeah. But I walked in there, and when I mean, I never seen so many choices of rum in my life.
Oh, that's what I heard. Yeah.
My life. I'm
Haitian
like, where
rum.
were these things from?
St. Vincent rum,
Bruh.
Jamaican rum,
Bruh.
I wonder if
rum.
Vibes. I wonder if
Like-
Vibes Cartel's Fever is in there.
It must be now because
Probably.
They're probably gonna pick that up right there.
Like
Right.
when I mean selection on selection. I said, oh my gosh,
When I saw all the Ray and
Oh, yeah.
Nephews, I was like, oh, it's not even rum cake season yet.
it's the overproof
It's
for
the-
me. It was
Yeah,
the fact
yeah,
that it was the fact that they had removed overproof of Ray and Nephew for quite some time, and then all of a sudden,
Like they would have it, but it's not
Oh,
even
wait,
like
wait.
no, they would have
was-
it,
it
but
was
it was
gone for a
just like
moment.
it was just offset. Like
Yeah.
is
it was in a
your-
con or something.
you had to go to certain places to get the overproof, or they didn't have it out, have it in stock,
Right.
or whatever. All of a sudden now, overproof is a regular thing now. You
Yo.
want a
Wow.
60 proof? You want a 73 proof? Hey.
It's funny. I remember I was looking for
Yo.
Ray and Nephew at one point, and like even the red label wine,
Yeah.
I couldn't find it in certain spots. But one spot, I'm like,
Had
oh
it
yeah, all the Jamaicans are over here.
Facts.
oh, that's
Facts.
Funny.
No, for real. And I'm like, yep, they know. I feel like they study data and say, you know what?
This neighborhood.
Yeah,
No, but no, that's a real.
I feel like they study data.
Analytics.
They're like, because I realize they'd be asking me my age all the time. Like I'm like, I give you my ID. You can look. Like you can't calculate, but it's all good.
The one I actually want to try though is Haitian rum. Apparently, that's extremely
What?
good Haitian rum.
Oh. I mean, yeah.
Haitian
Yeah.
rum,
If you're looking for something that will knock you off your feet,
What I mean,
you go for Vincentian.
yeah.
They got the most overproof rum if you ever want. If you want something where it tastes good, yes, the Haitians are really great. And Cuban and Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Those three, if you want flavor, yes. And a Guyanese. I forget which one is the Guyanese one.
Yo,
Guyanese have some good flavor.
Or
too.
flavorful. Wouldn't something flavorful be deceptive in a good way? Like you're like, oh, this is tasty. Like okay,
Yeah.
okay.
or
You
you
just
could
wake
be,
up and you're like,
Where am I?
or you could be a
How did
responsible
I get
human.
here?
You could be a responsible human
How did I
being
get it?
and have soft drinks.
oh,
Not soft
Just
drinks.
soft drinks.
Ah.
Yo, it's so funny because I went into Walmart to buy peanut butter one time, and I just looked and I seen Kraft and Jif. Kraft. the label was made in Canada. I said, yeah, me have to skip on the GIF. Let me just grab my, and I felt good. I felt good that I'm helping.
True. Like those labels, like now you see the red and white labels.
Yeah.
And it says made in Canada.
They're like, no, they're not playing around.
Bold.
Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Hold that. I heard Chapman's actually just won the world ice cream something
really?
for their salted caramel crunch. I never seen this
salted
yet,
Oh.
caramel crunch.
That's interesting.
but
I'm gonna buy that tomorrow.
yo, you're not gonna find that at No Frills. You probably have to go to like 14 or
like a
something.
Longos.
something.
Like some of them.
Metro.
Yeah, man.
Metro.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're Canada's
We're just in this chess
from the
this
hockey
weird
game
chess
though.
like,
I felt like from the hockey game,
Right.
like I just seen God keep our land glorious and free. Like back in the day, the national anthem as a kid, you just be like, oh God, I'm gonna be late for class.
that's basically.
If you heard it in class, you're like, I stand up for how long it is. If you heard it when you just got into school, you're like, oh. And then it's all patriotic to the point when you try to move, don't move, don't move, don't move.
You gotta
Hey,
stand.
There were some
you
Stand for the
stand.
flag.
There were
Stand
some
for the
teachers
flag.
like that. Oh my goodness.
I never seen anybody took a knee on the Canada flag. I haven't seen that.
I always found it odd, like to this day still, as I'm thinking about it now. Like once it was college, that kind of just stopped.
Yeah.
Like just
But we did have our. Did you ever get the remixes of Catch the bum 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 doo doo?
Yes.
Bum, bum,
Yes.
bum,
At
doo,
Fairbank.
bum, bum, bum,
Oh, at Fairbank, we had the different renditions. We had the instrumental. We had it in French. We had the black choir. We had the white choir. Like, listen, we had everybody.
Wait.
I heard one when it went, okay.
Yeah.
And it just kept
Yeah.
like, someone's just going off on a solo. And you're,
Trust me.
and you're like,
Yeah.
yo,
You had a Celine Dion one, I think.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yo,
Oh my gosh.
okay.
Honestly, that was the highlight. The O Canada with the different renditions.
Like, which one am I going to play today?
Every day.
That is funny.
Which one am I
Which
going
one?
to
What
play
did
today?
you play today?
Yeah.
Boom boom boom
And
boom.
it was, I don't think they ever played the same one twice.
Nah.
It didn't feel like it, no.
No.
They always
Because
switch
like,
it up. Yeah.
yeah. It was, and if they did play it again twice, I didn't know. Because honestly, it sounded like
Sometimes
it was a
it's
new one
just
every time.
mindless. It's just mindless.
Like,
Sometimes I remember back in the day, if you woke up early enough, you heard the national anthem because the TV would go off. Nothing would play.
It's just TV was going.
So you wake up
that is true.
early morning, you hear the national anthem.
That is
Psychologically, you're just standing.
Yeah. That was, I think that was on channel 8.
Yeah, in the middle of your house, just
Yeah.
Channel
Tired as
8
hell.
For those listening.
Yeah. I think it was around like 6, either 4 or 6 a.m.
before everything turns on.
Yeah. And then you would hear it, and it would just, you would just see the flag
The flag.
and a blue background.
Yeah.
Flag just going on. Yep. Yep. I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
What's funny is Britain, when you said that, just as you said that note,
Mm-hmm.
Britain's like, dun, 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 dun. Like Britain's is slightly,
Oh,
we're
okay.
a colony.
Like a deviation.
I feel like
we're a
Canada's.
colony to themselves.
I'm sorry. Canada's national anthem was hard.
Mm.
It's goaded. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It is good. Maybe because we hear it all the time, and when you hear something, you love it. But like, if you just listen to the lyrics,
Like, it's a good song.
Like how,
It's a good song. Because, like, then, especially if you don't know how to get on the high, you can always go on the low for the end part.
yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Right?
Oh, Canada,
Yeah, you
we
can
go-
stand on God for thee.
Yeah,
And,
trust
then, and
me.
you can go, okay, let me go.
You go, oh, Canada.
Right? Or you could be like, oh,
Jesus.
Canada. Like, either which way.
Or,
Go.
oh, Canada.
Yeah.
Like, you can
Go on the harmony. Yep. Yep. It's a song. It's a
Yeah.
song. That's a banger.
Compared to,
That should be top charts in Spotify.
Yo, no, it should go up.
compared to
Our
the-
home on native land, just letting you guys know.
compared to the States where it's a pro-slave song.
And the rockets,
No,
red
really?
blood.
You know, there's a verse to actually take out
Really?
the American one, the national anthem.
Now,
because
tread lightly because
it's a pro-slave song.
let's fact check that because we don't
Hey.
want no American smoke.
I mean,
I mean, we will defend ourselves, but,
I mean,
but like we don't, it's all love over here. But we're defenders ourselves. Let us remind you that as much as we're Canadian, we are diverse with some Caribbean cultures that I don't think you want to deal with because
All kinds of Scotch bonds.
They like
All
yeah.
kinds of rum. Machete. Okay.
The Jamaican. Some say machete. Some say machete. We are diverse in the
Rockstone.
And on top of
Rockstone.
it, qui parle français. C'est dans la Saint Lucia, Barbados, and dans la Canada.
Okay. See? You should be in fear because you don't even know what they said right there.
That's
You
funny.
know,
The okay.
some people have
Okay. All right.
they have a degree in suck your whatever.
That's crazy.
Which is a worse insult than SMD? That's actually kind of a worse insult. Oh,
SYM.
Well, there's SMD and then,
SYM.
but this one is SY. This one is SYM. So first, let's go with SMD. It should be,
Okay, got it.
and then
Mada.
there's SYM. Kosakya Mada. That's the one. Kosakya Mada. That's a word. No, that to me that's worse than SMD.
But the funny thing is, the thing about it,
it's so vile. It's like,
some Jamaicans, I forgot what I heard say. They're not saying it. I remember one person tried to I think it was Foota Hype or one of them. They're not saying it because you need to and it's disrespectful. They're saying it because you weren't breastfeeded and you need nutrients that
That's
you didn't
crazy.
get. And I'm like,
That is crazy.
you
That is
weren't.
diabolical.
When I heard this, I said,
what?
why are we using science and biology?
because
biology?
you're malnutrition.
Right? Like that
Basically.
was literally what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was literally gonna say that. They're saying it because you have not processed and developed enough. You did not get your mother's milk.
You
That
need to
is
go back
crazy.
That is what you need to do. Go back and suck on a
need
tin
to
because
rebuild your
you
body.
need to develop.
Henceforth, develop your brain cells. I'm like, when you get
That's,
cuss,
I've never.
when you get cuss out in biological format, I don't know how far atoms and nucleuses. That's kind of crazy.
Yo,
But then
that
some-
is so
But some people go
rude.
extra mile, like my idiot ass neighbor, who's a vile human being. I don't even know how this guy's still alive. But anyways,
Wow.
Now, he would say something like SYMPH.
Yeah.
It just
So you're just like, wait,
go
it's
suck
not-
your mother bleep hole.
And you're just like, wait,
Easily.
hold on.
Wow.
It went like,
No, like it goes like,
and
No.
go
that's-
suck your mother boom boom.
Wow,
Holy.
wow. Why
Whoa.
why would
Why are
they
we
tell
cursing?
you to go and now engage in
Now,
incestual
Z,
activity?
the history with that is
That's crazy.
I don't want to know the history.
No, the history with that is maybe that's something like generations upon generations back. It's something they witnessed,
Oh.
so that's why they like,
I don't think so. Let's not
Like-
say that.
yo, the only woman you can get is your own mother. Go suck.
No.
your mother.
I don't even think that's the case. I think they're just getting very dark.
But I understand why that could be an interpretation because it's like men who never can get past their moms. You're like
Oh.
a mama's boy,
Ooh,
you know.
oh,
That's a
that
crazy one.
actually
That's a-
makes sense.
All right, let's get back to Canada. Canada.
that's
Tariffs bad. Tariffs are bad.
I mean, are they for who?
I think China said
I mean, for
100.
us, because we kind of pay for it still. By the way,
But I mean,
The broke people pay for like the rich don't pay tariffs.
do they?
I don't think the rich
they
pay
just-
tariffs.
because for example,
I
you
mean,
said-
if they're doing import and export for their businesses, then yes, it does
don't-
affect them.
I don't think.
but then
that-
but to even up, they were like, okay,
Yeah.
let's say-
Offset it some
yeah,
way,
they offset
somehow.
it. It was just us.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's us. We're gonna go to. How much did you spend in the States? 150. Okay.
Oh, those
Plus 25%.
Those questions at the border.
Yo, bro, they're gonna hit harder. And I realized that when I went there, they asked me if I shop. I usually say no.
Oh,
And she's like, "You were there for a day and did not shop?"
you see.
And I said, "I mean, I went to Walmart."
That's so funny.
I was like, "Yo, these guys are practicing."
No, like I like especially this time currently, like
We have limits.
like
You have limits as to how much you can spend in a day.
Yeah,
I think. But if you pass the day, you could spend more.
right, yeah.
I gotta look into that and re-inform myself. On that type
Get
of
yourself a Nexus. You just flash a Nexus and it just disappear.
thing. I feel like that's not even.
All
Get it.
your problems will be
No, solid. Get a Nexus and then just look and be like, and then you just
Have a good day, sir.
have a good day. Have a good day, sir.
Have a good day.
And then you put on You put on your shades.
Not the shades.
Just drive into the sunset.
And just drive. Yeah, you just drive into New York, Buffalo. You go
I'm
to
not gonna
Buffalo.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I remember one time driving, and I went to the border. I had an American passport. Someone had an American passport, and the man said 1 Canadian and 1 golden ticket. I said, "Excuse me, I can't be a golden ticket. I can't just. Why is that a golden ticket?" But whatever. I don't care. I am going to IHOP, sir.
That's so funny.
Because Niagara Falls IHOP is foolishness.
That's so funny.
I am going to IHOP, sir.
Wow.
On the Americans.
On the American side.
Go to IHOP on the American side.
That's funny. You're at the border. You're just like, they give you the.
What is your
questions,
purpose of being here? It's like IHOP.
And they're like,
Have a good day, sir. When do we be back? Have a good day, sir.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
man. I understand.
but tariffs bad.
Tariffs, man.
I
don't
mean,
know.
for the short term of it, it's definitely bringing unity here in Canada, especially like socially.
I love it.
You know,
I
yeah,
love it.
and it's also nice to know what
You know
is
what?
Canadian.
I think
I was
I'm
not
gonna
called
go-
any derogatory terms for the past. I don't know.
That is
Whoa.
crazy.
This whole year.
That is crazy. Wild. What?
Yeah.
My fellow brethren.
No one has. You know.
You're really getting the my fellow Canadian. treatment
Yeah,
here.
really.
I was gonna go left a second though. They say you're supposed to support Canadian businesses, right? But what if it's like Garbaggio?
Oh no.
What is that?
Like,
Oh no.
You just have to hug it, bro.
no.
You're just gonna have to hug it.
Like certain companies, you
You just have to hug it, bro.
I mean,
They
you're
were
not
bad
gonna just
before.
support anybody.
they make it seem like you have to support like anybody, but it's not all support should be given out.
You're
Not
not
all
wrong.
support should be given out. Like
You're
I'm
totally not wrong. You're totally.
Which is the fact.
like
There's still stuff I'm just like the Canadian way.
that's what I'm saying. Like the last time I bought a red pair of pants, don't ask me why I bought them, but when I bought a red pair of pants, I wore them a couple of times. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm really on my TNT side.
Yeah.
When you bust on the red pants. But
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
when I came,
Or Canada.
or yes, thank you. But what happened is after a couple washes, the thing turned orange. I'm just like, yo,
Oh no.
if I bought this in the States, like I
Turn into NDP, bro. Like,
that's yo.
I can't stand.
art
Turn
imitates
orange,
life. Art imitates life. But anyway,
It turned orange. If I bought it in the States, like my 90% of my wardrobe, I don't think it would have turned. It wouldn't turn at all. 'Cause
are you speaking in code, sir? Are you saying the liberals are a washed up NDP?
Oh no.
That's
Oh no.
Or the NDP is a washed up liberal? Is that what you're saying?
Oh,
And you're
no.
using denim to think it because the Canadian tuxedo. You using denim to, is this what you're trying to do?
no.
And all of this relates to Kendrick Lamar somehow. I'm joking.
Use your third eye, people.
Third eye people.
open your third eye, people.
But,
Wow,
oh, man. But
that just took me on a ride.
I'm sorry. I'm
Took me
sorry.
on a ride. That just took me on a ride. I was like, wait, does it relate to
Yo,
Kendrick?
the
Wait, how does he
the
involve
Vent podcast is the segue champions of the world. Do you understand me? We are not going to stay in topic.
That is, yo,
We
that
are
is-
the
that's actually
segue
funny.
champions of the world. You understand? Undisputed segue champions of the
No,
world.
you said too much. That's a trademark still.
Okay.
We are the segue champions of the world. We are not going to stay on topic.
I'm sorry,
That
guys.
is a good,
I am
like-
sorry.
That is good.
But Canada. Canada. Speaking of other dirty things in Canada,
yo,
man.
this place that some of you
don't say some of you.
no, but, well,
I
people,
mean,
2,500 people may have attended.
wait, let's set up the thing.
I mean, we can't say that they're dirty, and it wasn't. It was. It wasn't their intention. Okay, they didn't sign up to be.
It was your attention.
Right.
About, you had a choice to wash your hands,
Well,
choice to sanitize equipment.
see,
see,
see now, that is problematic on all fronts.
Now, for those that are going, what?
No pun intended.
What are these people talking
all
about?
fronts.
Um,
Where's the soundboard? Zakia.
yo,
Segway champs, yo. Anyways, sorry.
what was it? It was it's in the Bloor West Dundas area.
I don't even want you to say the location.
No.
I mean, like, it's definitely it's
Maybe we should
a
say
public thing because it's a public health
when
concern.
it's a monster play thing,
It's a public, yeah. Like everybody has to know about it.
Let's bring the cost down.
They can't not talk about it.
No, when it's a
No, I'm not
monster.
saying that. Yeah, you're right.
It's one thing if it's
Like public health is involved.
I guess there's a tier list of STIs and STDs, right?
Yeah.
So obviously it's bad. Okay, the whole situation is bad, right?
Yes.
What we're about to explain.
Yes.
But like when it comes to that monster thing, that Godzilla, nah, you gotta put.
You're talking about the package.
The package, you gotta put that on blast. The house in Virginia, man. Nah,
Yeah.
man.
I said the House of Virginia.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Why'd it
You
have to be an American state? Why it have to be an American?
I wonder. Okay, house in there's no
where?
place with V in the street in Toronto.
Vaughn.
With a V?
Vaughn?
House in Vaughan? Okay, we'll go there.
No,
Now, house,
no. That's not.
Now, when it's a house in Vaughan thing, that's nah, man. You gotta
Just call it Sherborne.
Not what? This
even
you know
though
what?
Sherborne
I can't.
is a very inappropriate place for it.
like.
It doesn't have a nice ring to it, you know.
I mean, at the end of it, for all of you who are confused, okay, basically, we caught wind of the fact that there was improper cleanliness of reusable medical instruments
Dirty
at a
stinking
particular clinic.
Dirty stinking people handling the staff. You know what? Equipment.
And
like,
this had gone on for about 4 years.
That's the part. That part.
So people were getting official letters,
man.
receiving letters about how they could have possibly been exposed to two, not one, two different STDs.
I think what was it? It was hepatitis C and B,
Yes,
and then
and then HIV.
HIV. Yeah,
I'm just gonna say this, yo. That is a rough situation. There's like a dark tunnel to go through because that's like going between Eglinton and St. Clair West, bro. That tunnel, you don't even know where the light is on that tunnno. You don't even know when you're like, no matter how
you're coming.
you know when you're coming there going. Like you're just stuck in the tunnel, and when the door opens, you're like, oh. Sometimes you're like, oh, this is where I'm going, St. Clair, or this is where I'm going, Eglinton West, or
That's crazy.
oh, I was on the train the whole time, or oh, this is where I'm at. All right. You're stuck in the tunnel.
Nah, yo, when I looked at that story, I had an audible gasp, like, ooh, like, yo, I was like, what?
See, and the thing is, imagine, say you were just going for a regular checkup, and then all of a sudden you get the results back that you are positive for this.
It's like, yeah.
And imagine, you're probably sitting, I can only imagine the people who are sitting there saying like to their partners, you gave me this.
You did this to me. You did this to me.
Yo,
They're not thinking at any point that is actually the facility that they went to go get this.
Yo. And it's like, this is the facility gets me. How?
Yo.
How?
Yo.
How?
How many marriages it could,
How
and
many
relationships it could
people?
have destroyed? Yeah. Wow.
How many people? And that's the other part, especially because that is the fact that you've been possibly exposed there. And then on top of it, it's now the endangerment that has been brought on to other people. And they don't even know. They didn't even ask for this. They didn't.
Crazy.
Just imagine if you did not step out on your person. Y'all been faithful. And then all of a sudden, you got this. And now you're like, who did it? Who gave it?
And you're trying
Who
to
did it?
And
Yo.
you're trying to explain to the person that I am clean. I swear.
do nothing.
Well,
I love
I'm not.
you.
I'm clean. Well, I'm not clean, but like, I didn't do anything. I swear.
I didn't step out. I swear to you.
I swear I didn't step out.
I've been faithful all these years.
And imagine the even darker situation.
Yo.
You did step out, and you're telling her that you didn't step out.
Because now you got to think about everybody else who's now catching wind to this.
And then now you have to go back and somehow speak to them in code and be like, "Hey,
Yo.
has the Amazon package arrived?"
All of this.
You know, there's
What's
sick.
going on
I'm
here?
telling you,
Like,
there's
yo,
some sick
what-
individuals that think that way.
What?
You get tested, so if you don't have nothing, I'm good. There's some people that think
And
that way.
that is true.
Yo.
Some people do think that way, where it's like,
It's like I'm here, but I'm not here anymore. That just like
It's like I don't do doctors, but you do. So if you do
So if
doctors,
you're- if
and
you're
clean,
good-
that means I'm good. Even
Yeah.
though I'm running around.
yeah.
That's the logic.
What? Yo, what's going on? Yo, what's going on with this logic? What's happening here?
That is some people's logic. I am telling you.
Yo.
I've heard people say this
I don't go
And
to the doctor. You
imagine-
go
in the
to the
States,
doctor?
but I heard these people say.
Imagine. Like, no, for real. Like,
No, I've
imagine
heard this.
whole mix up. This mix up. And it had nothing to do with you being unfaithful, had nothing to do with anybody else being in the relationship, had nothing to do with anyone stepping out. Maybe you weren't even talking to
It
anyone.
was a routine checkup.
You know? And that's it. You've been single.
So hold on.
It doesn't mean you guys should go back to your ex and say, "Hey, well, you know,
So
because I was
that's-
there." But
So an establishment hasn't had thorough cleaning for 4 years.
For
Is that-
4 years and only 2,500. And that's the thing.
this is all alleged.
That's-
Could be
that's-
more.
But that's
That's
the
the
part.
thing, it could
That's
be-
the thing. It's the people who have the people who are actually tied to the clinic itself. It's only accounted for the 2,500 who go to
that
that
specific
clinic.
spot, yeah.
And that means the exposure is not just limited to the 2,500 that have attended that clinic.
Because if you have a partner that's already
That's already
5,000 people,
doubled.
that's
Exactly.
And then if people are stepping
And
out,
if they're stepping out and
that's,
being
that's
unfaithful-
additional 1,000. Man, this math is crazy. Yo,
Yo,
that,
class action. That's
No,
all I
but
gotta
like-
say. Class
like
action.
but now this is
because
this is the messed up part though. Conveniently, the physician that was in charge of the
Yes.
facility, they retired.
it's all alleged.
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
it says in an article. I'm going by what Toronto Star says. If you want to take it up, have a discourse,
yeah,
have a retort.
it's
Toronto
definitely
Star.
there's so many things about that because
the Star said it. Not us.
because I really gotta ask, right?
How convenient. This-
One, how convenient, but two, 4 years,
That's a long time.
I really hope this is all a misunderstanding.
4 years. How can you
That's a very
misunderstand
big-ass
4 years
Misunderstanding.
of not cleaning properly?
Yo, there are still people to this day that walk on this God green earth.
I hear you. Who don't
They've
believe
been-
in washing their hands and having the and just
Or
letting the
skin,
water
or-
run down from their head
or arms,
Yes, I
or
get it.
arms, or
Yeah.
under their arms, in the summer.
Like
Like,
4 years of medical, like what?
yo, bro,
Like
Doing that in the summer is diabolical.
yo, bro. Sometimes I subconsciously feel like I stink in the shower. It's not even like I might not be seen. I don't even whiff. I just feel like I smell something.
You feel okay? I mean,
You know how you can look at something and smell it?
that's wait. What?
Like, like
Wait.
mentally, it's like I know what.
I understand what you're saying.
This
I
is
understand.
too much information.
It's
for
like
me
when
to
you look
process.
when you look at something and you're like, oh, that looks soft.
Like,
It's the same thing. You can look at it and be like, that look like it stink.
Okay, I see.
like
okay,
for
You see what I'm
example,
saying?
for me,
I don't
every
know why that
time,
just took me.
every time I think
took somewhere else.
every time I think of sick kids, I think of coffee.
Oh.
Not
Why is that a
because
correlation?
Why-
as
yeah,
a kid,
like-
I never knew what coffee smelled like, but like they always had coffee in like the lounge areas and stuff.
Oh, you went. Wow. Okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things I'll see rubber and I'll think of this.
Oh, okay.
I think
the
of-
association. Yeah.
Yo, the bounces today, I'm not ready for. I don't know,
Segue champions.
Man. No, like I don't know
Segue-
where. I thought it was gonna go one way.
Segue champions. But
No, man. I'm still on this 4 years. It's more so. I swear, people get checked. Like the actual facilities themselves, they get checked
yo,
Good
let me,
question.
let
every
me-
year.
Let me
No,
tell you,
like
Who
I'm gonna tell you guys something.
because that's a thing too.
do they do the like the food inspection style? Where
Like,
they
that's
kinda-
what I'm saying.
They clean up for one day and
They
then they're
clean
like,
up for the one day. There's a lot of people.
But you can't.
That is
You
dot- yo.
you can't miss that.
shout out to the
No,
What?
no,
potential
yeah,
victims,
these
man.
people will
My
miss it.
heart,
4 years.
Oh my
If they
gosh.
miss it, for example,
That is crazy.
you know how people clean their bathrooms, and there's that corner of the toilet that you don't touch, that some people don't touch,
Okay, I hear you.
but they'll tell you the bathroom is clean.
Yo,
Okay, I hear you.
But if
But for 4 years, Every
if-
year?
if the people that are
Same person?
if the people
Different people?
hold on,
oh man.
if the same people that are going to that clinic and they're passing the grade and whatever, and they don't look in that corner, they're the like there's a big issue. There's a bigger issue.
No, obviously.
There is a
is crazy.
bigger issue going on.
This is crazy.
Man, this is what happens when we come back after 2 weeks.
This is crazy, man.
We didn't even get to the adults.
Mm.
This is
Some
crazy.
people, but that's the thing. Some people don't like. There's a lot of leads and like managers and stuff that they stick this one way, don't realizing how it affects multiple people.
Right, yeah.
They'll have a system and like this system works. We don't have to pay. Just throw them in the dishwasher. Like these people don't think.
That's
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
but even when they get checked,
That's-
what would be the way? So okay, even if you say okay, they're trying to reduce time, right? Or there's whatever other means why they weren't staying consistent with the actual cleanliness and the actual need to do these sanitation practices.
correct. Yeah.
Right? It's even if they went in and they said, okay, we're going to do it for one day. Oh, people are coming in to do an inspection and, oh, make sure you know your stuff and whatever. You've been not doing it for so long.
That's what I'm saying. Like
But a lot of people get away with it for so long until the time comes.
until now, I guess.
And
yeah.
that's people's lives. Like, that's the part that's really getting to me more than anything. It's people's lives.
A lot of
Wait,
people
I
don't
wanna-
care about lives, bro. A lot of people don't care
for a
anymore
second.
about people's lives. They
This is giving me COVID activity all over
yo,
again.
I
See, no, but it
don't
but
be surprised if you get a letter
4
saying
years
that,
ago-
hey, you're gonna get a letter that you
Right.
took the shot, and maybe you might die from the shot.
Yeah, or had exposure to
Exposure
X,
to
Y, Z.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You weren't forced, but we're just letting you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
Unfortunately.
Like,
That's
I don't want to read this brief for a
crazy.
second. Like, top of the article from the Star News. We're not making.
Because
Zahra Bakash received a letter from Toronto Public Health
Mm-hmm.
warning of potential exposure to HIV, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C due to an infection control breach at a Toronto gynecologist's office.
At the end of the day, bro,
That's like
I got pray for y'all, yo, because yo, class action, y'all know what to do.
that.
Don't take the 30,000.
it's crazy how it's like.
Don't do yo on.
Don't take even remember
Your life is worth more.
Life
than that.
Labs allegedly, well, I don't remember. They just had a breach.
Life
And
Labs
They had a breach.
as well.
That's
No,
yo,
but that was a cyber breach.
but still,
Oh.
That's still a bad thing, though.
No,
It's
what?
still bad, but
when
Allegedly.
that left my heart a little.
when they do, let's say you're transferring physicians or doctors, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact they're like, oh, here's this USB. It's secure, but
Yeah.
you're kind of like, yeah, but that's all.
All
You
the
have everyone's
information.
condition in a
Yeah.
server, and then like you said, if a cyber attack happens, then
They
what?
say a
Like,
cyber attack happened. I think it's for the life insurance companies. They probably know your health before you even give them anything.
ooh, that just went dark.
But that's a
That is
realm.
a plot.
That is a realm that I don't want to speak
That is a
of
drama
because
plot on a TV show.
before they smut my name and then I just end up in a pool or in a boat, and I don't have a boat, guys. So I'm just
Don't
saying.
kill me.
But anyway,
But
in terms of being an adult, you want to. Well,
but before adulting, but nah, just the
This
the
is a part of
outro. It's
it.
like I don't. Yeah, like
This is really a part of it because now you have to think about your institutions
Yo.
that you go to for your own personal health.
but then you even have to think even more about your choices.
Yes. And now what are you supposed to do? Sit there and backlog and do testimonials and then do your own testing and see if your swabs
your
and stuff
own
like
testing.
what are we
What?
doing? Now I have to go into a clinic and be like, so how often do you change your sanitation practices?
No, sometimes
No,
you
but
just-
that's a-
no, but sometimes just like if you're in a fast food restaurant, you see how they're chucking your fries and thing. You're probably gonna be like, I don't know if I should eat that. Or sometimes
that
if
is
you
true.
you go to some restaurants and you know that the employees share the same washroom.
As
you.
the public. Yeah.
and then,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
you see
yeah.
the
That's-
washroom,
I've seen that.
and then you're kind of like, if this washroom dirty so, and you wash your hand to go touch food, something not right. Shout out to Tash the millionaire. She made me realize to look at the bathroom because the bathroom will sometimes
Tell
give up
you.
how they
Yeah.
how they operate.
right.
Okay.
Tells you about
That's
the
not every.
cleanliness.
I don't know if it's not. I don't know if it's everybody, but because there's some terrible bathrooms.
There are.
Damn, some people are having a bad time. Like that's a bad time.
It kind of says a lot.
You get a letter and you just read it out and you're like, I have potential. What? I'm not gonna drop this expensive equipment. But imagine like you just drop the letter, like you're reading, you just dropped it,
Yeah.
and you do
'cause-
that fumble.
Yeah.
You're
It's a
leaning up on the
terrible.
like.
That's
yo.
a terrible health bill.
And imagine, and okay, even in saying that, like, imagine if you did find out that is what you did get. Say you had exposure because you've done the testing within that 4 years, and they said that, oh, you may be positive for it, right?
That's like-
And now you get a letter later on,
Yeah.
then saying, oh, there's a possibility that you were exposed to it.
Oh my
If
goodness.
you already did, and now you know where the root of it was, right? Like,
And it didn't say one, like for those that are going to read the article. It said this is 3 minimum.
Yeah,
That's like,
that's a problem.
I feel like this is the most Canadian version of like those American commercials. Like, if you ever went to this place and tried
No, like
you may or may not have issues. Call this lawyer, 1-800 William
Right?
Matar or something
Oh
like,
my
you know what I
gosh.
mean?
Nah, if it was me, I'll just you're not retiring nothing. Like your whole, I want your CPP, I want your EI,
Nah,
I want
bro.
everything. I want your house. Like, nah, you're not. No,
And the
you will be in a shelter by the end of this year.
That's the best. That's the
Like,
best.
the part for me is the fact
This
that
is my
the,
life.
the person who
This is my life.
who was responsible for this and they stepped down.
Brother.
The person
Like,
who
what?
stepped down, I don't think that they should have stepped down. First off, I don't,
Whoa,
and I
see?
feel like
I don't know where-
I feel like maybe they need to change these things because I think people need to be held accountable. How about that?
Oh, but okay, I see what you.
Looking into the camera.
I didn't know where.
Yeah,
I don't know
because
where it was going.
the fact that you're gonna step it down and then now it's gonna be like, oh, you're excluding yourself from any thing. You can't speak on any of the records. You can't speak on this. You can't speak on that. And you think that that's gonna protect you? Excuse you. When you had the responsibility to make sure that everything was going accordingly, you should have done that in the time that you were in office. So now you want to, oh, I don't know, let me retire all of a sudden when you know well and good that you should have retired how many years ago?
You could be retired, step down. But it is what it is.
Like
yo.
according to the article, they were supposed to re-up on their license, and they were on some like
Yeah.
they were just going rogue a little bit.
No, man.
Which is kind of
no,
yikes.
man. And that's a problem
And
in
that's
itself.
me. Sometimes when I hear certain people talk about certain things with like studies and stuff, like, oh, yo, I don't need to do this. It's just a money thing. And I'm like, I don't know if public health is a money thing.
That
That's
is
not-
that is
Yo,
not a
that's-
money thing.
Like, I
People's
hear
health,
you.
yo.
They might pay a lot of, you might have to pay a lot, but yo, bro,
Because health is wealth at the end of the day.
make sure
Jeez,
you're,
man.
you know. But at the end of the day, adulting.
Oh my gosh.
As we can see, you clearly now have to start making your checklists for everything that exists outside of yourself.
I feel like
Like
I feel like adulting is a scam.
yeah, I mean
Yeah, at this point.
the convo we had, like the convo we had earlier. It's interesting. Like I never heard in that perspective before. Like I guess like, there was
Between the generations.
the generations. Yeah, like it was easier during that particular generation, boomers, and then because there was a lot of like, I'm gonna vote for this policy to keep what I got. A lot of people after that seem to, I don't know, they're in a weird
But you
rut.
can
like,
see it. You can see it in certain people, like certain adults, like young person that just wants a job. That adult's like, no, you are taking my work. When you should be like, no, that child's probably paying into your pension.
which is
But doesn't that talk about how they never actually thought about cycles?
They never thought about retirement.
Yes. Because that's really what that says to me. Like, they didn't think about the retirement cycle. They didn't think about, like, okay, now you enter into the workforce, you devote your 40 years to this company, and now you have to work your way out. And in your retirement, this is how much you're possibly going to have. It seems like there wasn't a thought to actually put aside money and actually maximize it with all the contributions that these people made.
But
you're right.
they don't want to teach you that.
But that's
Unfortunately.
that's an issue, right? And you know what? You're right. It is unfortunate, but we had seen the signs. You want to know why? Because they took home ec out of education.
That's gone. Yeah,
You
that's
think
been
home-
gone.
Literally, I think I was like my class was probably the last generation to have home ec.
Yeah, technically, yeah,
in middle school.
Yeah.
I remember
Key
learning
part in middle school. Key
Yes.
part.
learning how to knit, sew,
Yeah, like all these house duties,
We had a
domestic
grilled
stuff.
cheese sandwich. Know what a
For those that
grilled
grew up
cheese
with
sandwich?
us, shout out to, remember home ec? Not
Yeah.
home ec. Sorry, wood shop class.
Wood shop class.
Wait, first of all, I don't know how they trusted people our age in that shop class, but they were like, oh, here, make your own pencil box.
Yeah,
Here, make your own this.
Yeah.
make your own
Stool
that.
or something.
yeah.
Right?
Make a whole like thing out of wood. You carve it out of wood. You're actually using the
think-
saws.
I don't know if you remember, it was a British teacher or Australian.
Mr. Brown.
Yes. And he was just like, yo, one time, someone didn't tie up their hair and the hair got caught in the sander thing and then it pulled the woman's scalp off.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he said, yo,
Stories for days.
You have to be really careful and da-da-da-da-da.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what I mean, but the thing is, you learned at that age precaution. You learned about safety.
Right.
You had the exposure to different ways on how to navigate problems. You knew how to be in a dangerous space and actually manage that space. You knew how to turn on and turn off electrical devices and the steps, the procedures on how to do it, right? In a shop class. Even with home ec, you learned your basic fundamentals on how to run a household,
Right. Yeah.
what it is to have a life, and what kind of lifestyle do you want to have and buy. You also learn how to do chores. Some people, this is the other thing. This is what was also great. Some of the kids who didn't have access to some of the services because maybe at home it was very difficult, they actually could use the space at school to do certain things, right? So if you didn't know because your parents were probably both your parents were working, or you're only with an elderly parent, like a grandparent or a babysitter, you actually were able to take home ec and do certain things so you can learn and apply it at home. So you could take
Right.
care of yourself, right?
Right. Yeah.
Children's aid wasn't so highly called.
Let me tell you something. Let me ask you a question. I know it's a random adult question, but I felt like there's certain things that a child should learn
Facts.
that like bring stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt like as much as it's like maybe embarrassing for some people, like reading in front of the class did something to you as you grow older.
Facts.
Yeah,
Losing, like learning in life there's a winner and a loser, that did something.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's, I don't know,
Which
maybe
are all things that they took out.
Yeah. That whole, I'm in the
Getting
camp where like
a red mark to say that you were wrong on something.
Yeah,
they
like
took
how-
that out.
I don't even know if like
giving everyone a medal. No, like not everyone
Bro.
gets a medal. Like,
I don't know
in
how
the
it
real
is
world.
now. I don't even know
No,
how it
right.
is now, but back in the day, bro, that report card, I'm bringing it to bringing it back to school or getting your parents to see it.
that was nerve inducing.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Me growing up, I'd be like, "What report card? I don't know. They sent it or something." I don't
that
know.
EGSN, the excellent, good, satisfactory, needs improvement. Just seeing the S, I didn't even know what satisfactory but I knew it wasn't E.
It wasn't excellent. Yeah,
You know what I mean? And you're gonna have to explain that.
Facts.
we don't have F, right? We have
Needs improvement.
Yeah,
no,
we
like the
have-
grades. We have A, B, C, D.
Yeah, we do have F.
No, we have F. Yeah.
We do have F.
Yeah,
I
we do
swear-
have F.
I swear.
A, B, C, D, and F.
I swear they would put not R.
I think they had D for
R is for repeat.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, like I don't know what year it was, but they didn't use F like that. They put like R. Like oh, you're just gonna
Repeat it.
you're gonna repeat it, right?
But as we speak about our childhood, our childhood clearly has told us so many things and got us prepared to be adults.
I mean, my parents did most
Do you
of
know
it. Shout out
what?
to you.
I don't.
And certain teachers.
You
I'll
know the
say.
funny thing? I just wished I knew certain things before
Becoming an adult.
before becoming an adult, or certain
yeah.
decisions.
Okay,
I wish.
before we move on to saying these things, what qualifies us as an adult?
Yo, besides the
Aside from age,
besides from
18, you are
age-
legally able to sign off anything, and you are considered an adult
laws, okay.
by law here in Canada.
I think they need to revise that, what an adult is,
Yeah,
because I think there's a functioning adult, like
not a dysfunctioning adult.
No, but like,
I feel like there should be categories of adult.
Okay,
Like
speak
Right.
more.
like there's an adult, immature adult. There's like, you know what I mean, like
And when we're saying immature, what realms of maturity are we looking at?
an adult that acts like a child
Okay,
But
and
like-
is this like in what? Like,
in life.
because if
Just-
I could drive and I can pay for my insurance and I can pump my own gas and do whatever, but I can't cook for the life of me,
but
is that person an
just
immature
but
adult?
that doesn't mean adults can't cook. Like, you know
You see
what?
what I'm saying?
Lord Jesus.
Right?
because
Now you got to think about
'cause
it.
when you hear
What's
someone-
considered immature?
when you hear someone say like, "Oh, you're immature," like that, it's mostly like how
I
you
feel-
handle social conflicts
Or like even response to certain
and
conversations.
response. Yeah,
Yeah, like when someone's like, "Oh, the V word," and you're like,
Yeah,
It's like, but this is the scientific term of what we're calling about.
Gino, yeah. It's just like, what?
If we have to really say the birds and the bees, and you're without you having to, then you're immature.
Yeah, like,
Or even having conversations about sex altogether,
Yeah.
and whether you get it tested or not.
right. As our previous segment, yes. Yeah,
Right.
Jeez.
I think there has to be a revision of adult, because I think saying adult by age, I think that's a great standard.
Okay, determining.
But I feel
factor.
like there's like different class of adults though.
Okay, so
The ambitious adult, or like,
immature, mature,
that's a whole wavelength, bro.
right? Because then
That's-
immature.
Paying the bills, all bills on time. Don't even
There's,
matter.
there's the patriarchal adult, in the sense of they
What would
believe
that
that the
be?
woman should da 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 da,
Oh,
and the man that just works all the time.
Traditional.
Traditional adult. You know what I mean? There's different type of adults.
But then okay, even based on that, then they would still be immature, because if the traditional patriarchal man adult then says, "Oh, I could work, I can drive, but I cannot do anything at home for the life of me, and I'm dependent on somebody else to do all the home stuff."
But now
They're immature.
The real question is, when was that called immature? Like, how did that happen?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's
Probably
when we
the
have
two-
to start
probably early
questioning.
2000s to now.
I think if I
That's when the switch up
personally, I think that if you are incapable of taking on skills to take care of yourself, you're immature.
happened. Ooh, that's a good one.
So
Actually,
if you can't cook for yourself,
as an adult, yeah.
you're immature. If you can't go and seek information for the betterment of whatever things that you have, you're immature.
But what if you can't cook, but you
Keep
can
cooking.
But hold
Yeah.
on. But what if you can't cook, but you can provide?
But
So
There's still a
you don't
level of
have to cook,
immaturity.
but you can buy food.
that's still immature, because the fact that you have to depend on something else or somebody else
Oh,
or a
okay.
system.
So it's the independence
Yeah.
of the
It's-
adult.
You could choose to do whatever. Like, say you go and you're like, okay, I'm gonna buy because it's convenient, or I'm gonna buy because maybe today's I don't feel like cooking or whatever. If you can have that option, that's fine. You're mature.
But-
But if you can't do it all together,
Right.
Can
and
that-
you have to depend on it,
What if it's a luxury though?
what do you mean?
Oh, like
What if you could? I can afford to not cook because
That-
based on what
but
I
if
do.
you, but that's still going back to, do you know how to? If you know how
Okay.
to, you're still mature because you know how.
Right.
But if you
Okay.
don't know how and you're dependent on a system, a person, a thing,
establishment, like, yeah.
in order for
store.
you to eat, to survive, for your basic needs, because your basic needs is water, food, and shelter. If you cannot put a roof over your head, you cannot cook a meal for yourself, and you can't. No.
Now does this go? This goes for men and women.
Yes.
All right.
It's both, yeah.
Yeah.
Just make it that.
This is
sure.
not a gender thing. This is a ability thing, capability, and just like independent stuff.
Now, do
Wow, that's-
do environment play a part in that though?
Of
Oh,
course,
yeah,
and
always,
there's
yeah.
that was where we were gonna go. Because there's some
sometime-
cultures.
Yeah, some
that-
people. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's the environment. Some people. I can't say the environment is an excuse, but that's all they know. But they know the other side of what they need to fix.
See, and as soon as you said that, in my mind, I went to the most extreme situations at the same time. Because
I think we're on the same.
yeah, because
Oh.
if, for example,
Okay.
say for example, you're in like
Oh, no.
a household that is very like religious, right? And let's say this religious patriarchal perspective says that women at a very young age, they have to learn how to cook, they clean, they do whatever, but they know nothing about the workforce.
Right.
Even though they are doing work. You have to remember this, because cooking, it's called a chef. Cleaning, it's called a laundromat, and it's called a cleaners.
Right.
What else? Taking care of a home, it's called home service and homekeeping. These are all jobs. Okay.
Right.
So as long as we understand that domestic work is still labor and it's still jobs.
Which people that have luxury can hire each of those needs. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like a nanny, a chef.
So if
Yeah.
only women are the ones who are directed to do the home labor or domestic work, they're not compensated. They know nothing about money. They never touch money in their life. Somebody else is always doing the money and the finances. They never understand the actual value of what things are and the cost of these things, yes, for sure, that person is definitely immature, because now when they're given money, they're going to look at it and be like, what the hell do I do with this?
Right, yeah.
So is it just safe to say that like adults need to be more well-rounded?
For sure.
Yeah, you gotta-
maybe in the school board they have to have more well-rounded courses that are mandatory for kids to know.
Because this year in grade 10, they're starting up we talked about it too. I believe it has something to do with financial literacy, I believe. So that got pulled or brought back. Not even no, that's created. That's a new thing.
I think it was created, yeah. Where they're like, oh, but of course they're not. And that was the other thing.
But
why didn't they think about this in the long term? Why did no one have any foresight? If you don't teach the people how to actually manage money, do you think money's going to circulate?
No, because they want you in debt.
Until you're in debt. But that's what I'm saying. Even if you're in debt and now everybody's in debt.
Times two.
And then they're like, oh, so about that. You're in debt and you can't pay me my money back.
Interest.
But even the interest is going, who can pay for it? Now you have to sit there in insolvency and go into and write it off.
A lot of people make money off the interest, not even the debt.
It's
facts.
So
very true.
So,
but that I'm looking at it from a system standpoint.
Well, the way I see it, they're not gonna want to teach you how to do things on your own.
They're just gonna teach you how to play the game, but not know how to win it.
They want you to subscribe.
I mean,
they want you to subscribe. They don't want you to own. They want you to subscribe.
Even if I don't, okay, mind you, here's a fun fact. If anyone really actually knew this, and I didn't know this until like probably 2017, 2018. Allegedly, supposedly, 70% of Canadians own their homes.
Right.
70. We live in a system where majority of the people own their stuff.
Right.
So what is the disadvantage?
Oh no, I don't even think that matters nowadays, because them property taxes, they're like, you might own, you don't own. I don't think you own anything.
Facts. But
you skip that property tax and watch how fast those locks in your house change.
Yo, you know how crazy it is? I forgot.
It's weird when you think about it like that.
Do you know that boat on Lakeshore is gone due to like property tax? And I was like, I'm on water.
What do you mean?
Wow.
You remember there's a boat on Lakeshore there, I think near Pier 27.
Okay.
Pier. There's a boat there. There used to be a restaurant boat, I think.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly. This is what I was told. That like, they're like, yo, you gotta pay. And like, I am on the sea.
Like,
I'm not bothering nobody. But they're like, yo.
Well, yeah, because you have to.
Damn, sounds like you have to pay.
Nah, man, you gotta pay to play. That's what it sounds like. With everything, but at the same time, I don't think they would like. They're teaching people now because I think they're realizing how bad it's getting.
Well, yeah.
But they were capitalizing it so long that they're like, capitalizing long that I can die a happy person.
And
everybody else, I don't really have to care for.
Right. That's
Unfortunately, that's how some people think. But
as
much as it's adulting, it might be a little selfishness.
I was about to say, is that greed then?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's definitely greed.
That has nothing to do with adulting at that point. That has everything to do with somebody's greed.
Well, didn't you hear like when people were going on the Red Note app, all the things that like I guess China, how they like how it's
they
only like 700 for university, like their health is care, everything is different.
Yes, and so this is something where I actually had a coworker when she was telling me about when she used to live in China, and she said that the system, she was like, very much China is very systematic based on her response, right? And she was saying that you were eligible for different tiers of life based on the things you did. So for example, being that they had the one child rule, right? Then they said I think it was like every 4 years in her time, every 4 years you could have another child.
Right, yeah.
So they told you when you can have a child, and you had to make a certain amount of money. You had to be in a certain type of profession, all these things. And they said, here's the stuff, pick, go. Okay, cool. Now you're done. Cool. We've done all this stuff.
Right.
Education's covered. You don't have to worry about it. Once you've finished all this stuff, we're going to give you a home. You can have a child. You can have the child within this time frame of whatever. You're eligible for this.
Right.
Now you have a kid. Say, okay, you go on your 4 years, and now it's like, oh, you're eligible for a second child.
Right.
Have your second child. Then they're like, oh, because now you've successfully had a second child, you're now eligible for a new housing. We're going to offer you new housing.
Just boom,
Just like that. Like, literally, that's how she was explaining it to me. And that, to me, just says that there was some foresight. It also says the system said, we understand, we want you to continue to do certain things
Right.
and have access to certain things, and we need certain things.
Yeah,
and
like-
in order for us to keep up with that, this is what we've put in place, right?
we need like trades. We need
Exactly.
people in healthcare. We need
Right. And I
construction
know
workers. Like,
every, like, as I say, every 4 years there's a new strategic plan that's put in place, right? So it's the same thing with like part of a strategic plan. If you guys are not aware, here's one example: is the whole rollout of gas vehicles, moving and transitioning into electric vehicles. They said by 2035 they're going to try and phase out all gas vehicles. And
around there. Yeah.
I don't think they thought that through either, but
No, I
mean,
don't.
And then if you have a gas vehicle, there's going to be like fees applied to people or owners who have a gas vehicle or whatever, emissioned vehicle.
have fun with that. I don't know how that's gonna work.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these strategic plans, do they ever go back and say, okay, this strategic plan worked?
I don't think they have a clue what's going on.
Like,
Because they're out of the office by then.
And that's another issue too.
And then
because you're done by 4.
Yeah,
Well, done by 4, but also if I get voted out, it's not my concern
punch in,
anymore.
punch out.
Exactly.
I get my pension. Hey, I'm good.
And that's it. So
Right.
it goes back to like when we had the adults who were running the country when we were kids. What the F was
Which is like
happening?
Generation X.
I feel like the people that
Yeah.
actually care,
Some
they would
boomers.
the people that actually care, they wouldn't want them in office. They get in, but when they get in and they don't play by the rules,
They get
they
By
get
whose
out.
rules? The greedy rules or
the greedy rules.
right? The greedy rules? Because if it's not in favor for everybody, especially in the it's that. It's the immediate I want the money now.
It's my money and I need it now.
I want
the
it
money
now. But then they're not thinking about in 10 years, you could probably make 10 times the amount that you made today. That part.
Yes.
Like,
I'll tell you this. I've from the Trump situation, everything going on, I've learned that ignorancy wins a lot of the time.
on whose part?
Whoever is running the show, and whoever gets a point of leadership, ignorancy is a big thing to it. Like, if, for example, like I
Stupid
feel
is
like
profitable for somebody.
yeah, ignorance is just let it rhyme.
No.
One line quotes. History doesn't repeat itself; it rhymes. So if you see something, and you see something like, "Hey, we've been through this before." Hey, it might not meet history. Yeah, it rhymes. You've seen this before. It's not the same though.
But
no,
I'm different.
I'm different. No, you've seen this before.
Right.
Did you not see the red flags?
I'm not even gonna say history repeats itself anymore because that's not fair anymore. Because nowadays people repeat the same system because
That is true.
it's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
The
that is
slight
true.
adjust.
It doesn't say this anymore. It says that.
It's under a new name.
It's under a new name
With a new face.
with a new face, and you just repeat the system. Art imitates life. I don't want to,
The rollout.
because sometimes you just watch it happen,
In real time, yeah. That's this time.
Fact.
and it's like, have you not learned? Yeah, but it's different. How?
Okay.
Like the name
so
of our pod, like last year was the year of uncertainty. Like we're in the year of uncertainty right now.
I was gonna say, even though history repeats itself or people take on the systems and repeat them, is it also fair to say that sometimes it's also based on the perspective of that history?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. But at the same time, I do
They
say
should have did like this, and then they repeat it.
right. But
Right.
And then
sometimes,
someone comes in, they're like, "No, they should have did like this," and then repeat it and slightly adjust. Yeah,
but that's why I say it rhymes.
Yeah.
It's close, but it's not exactly close.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna say an unpopular opinion.
oh,
Right? Like, prime example. I've noticed as of lately, remember the history of Germany and how had been basically a crusader and wiped out a whole population of people, right?
right.
But then, as of lately, I've noticed that there has been a different perspective and saying that he's really just a champion trying to defend his nation.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Right? And then people are saying that the same thing is happening in the States.
And allegedly, he was once a celebrity. But it's like, no, he's not exactly like that. Even if he did the salute, it's not exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And they're saying that, like, the way that America is running, America is now wiping out the aliens.
Right. Yeah.
Right? That's the perspective that they're trying to correlate it to. But then at the same time, the person who's in office is actually just trying to make the best of their nation and make it better, because it was once upon a time a certain type of industrial known nation, like how Germany was considered at one point.
Right.
And now it's being evolved to be seen a different way. So
at the end of the day, if we didn't learn from that, then we for example, even I didn't know that, what is it, the Genevieve law or Jenny law?
Geneva.
Some law.
Yeah.
That Canada was like allegedly the reason for that. Like we were different. So it's like when you hear stuff like that and then you want to bother us again.
It's the constant posturing right now.
And then I just read something that Mark Carney literally just said. This guy said Canada allegedly, well, this says Canada will never be part of America in any way, shape, or form. We didn't ask for this fight, but Canada is always ready for when someone drops the gloves.
You know,
talk about hockey. He knows who he's talking to.
and mind you,
and a term I'm hearing right now is elbows up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Elbows up now, because now it's like.
And mind you, this has been a fight. This has been a long fight.
A fight we didn't ask for.
Right? Like since the 1800s, guys.
If you know what's crazy? Because if you go that far back, technically the conflict happened in 1800s. Then it kind of died down, and then it went back up in it, and then died down, and then.
I'll just say history rhymes, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I guess we can wrap this up.
It's okay.
Stay safe out there, man. This.
Okay.
I said it today. Like, the Earth is ghetto. The people that operate on Earth right now, it's ghetto, man.
And
we need a 616 universe.
What?
And the comic books. It's a comic book.
I'll just say this. I'll say this to all the wrestling fans, like, to the wrestling watchers and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to come back, man. The old wrestling watchers, don't be afraid to come back. We like a lot of people are saying. I've heard people say stuff like, "Oh, I stepped out from wrestling for the longest time, and I don't know what it is." Come back, after going to the Elimination Chamber, I think the fans are gonna welcome you. Real wrestling fans will welcome you with open arms. They'll teach you the storylines. They'll teach you how it is. They're excited right now to tell you what's going on. So it's just like a Christian. You know what I mean? And when you hear people get saved and they're like, "Oh, I left, I stepped away for whatever," come back. God's always gonna, take you back. You know what I mean?
That is true.
Don't. I'm sorry. There's people that tell you otherwise, but they're not God. So, hey, to each their own. Take it with a grain of salt, I guess. I don't know. But yeah.
Now plugs. As people look at these balloons up here.
Yes. Shout out to Noir Decor.
Noir Decor.
Yes, if you are looking for set design or
set design.
If you guys are looking for your next event to be beautifully decorated, definitely check out Noir Decor on Instagram, NWR Decor, DECOR. These are some of the, I don't know the size of these ones. I want to assume that they are the 18-inch metallic foil balloons.
Whoa, okay.
Helium. And they have the stoppers at the bottom. And when I mean they're consistent, they're like red through and through. She's amazing. If you are looking to support a Black business, if you're looking to support someone who's Canadian, if you're also looking to support someone who actually can deliver, when I mean deliver,
want that
amazing work. Like, I'm not saying that because I do know them. I'm saying that because it's true.
This is cool.
They are amazing at what they do. So
I've seen her work in multiple places.
Trust me.
And I'm like, I will make them balloons. So
Right.
Like, and it's
oh yeah, I say.
not limited to balloons, but also does wedding decorations,
Mm-hmm.
does floral arrangements, does as I said, ballooning. They've done baby showers. They've done corporate events. They've done
There you go.
like events, like social events, recreational events. I think they even did a backdrop for like the NBA. So
Oh, cool.
you know, like there's so many different things. They're so diverse. They're such an amazing artist and creative. They're a great business person, and I think that you guys should also check them out. Again, Noir Decor, NWRDECOR on Instagram.
If you want that allure,
Yeah,
Noir Decor.
yeah, yeah, man. But
That's a laugh, français.
oh, also,
Oh.
forgetting to say where we are today.
Yes.
We have to enter our spaces.
Into our studio spaces.
Yes.
Where you can have your, you can actually have a live band here if you,
Yeah,
if you really want. Like,
if you really want, we are looking at equipment right now.
like
Yep.
beautiful drum set. You got the bass guitar,
Yep.
got the keyboards, you got microphones.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a location to record your podcast, sessions, meetings, everything,
Mm-hmm. This is
into
the
our
place.
spaces.
Into our spaces.
Yes. And number 2 are spaces.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Loving the
You guys have
comments as
anything
well.
else to plug?
Thank you for the in-person comments as well. The feedback.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes.
Yeah.
Just I believe the Sunday Social
Born to create.
Born to Create
Born to
Yes,
create.
yes.
at Stacked, which is on the
Stack Market.
Stacked Market, which is on Bathurst, and I believe before
Before front.
Street.
Yeah.
Beautiful I said beautiful
Venue.
beautiful venue.
I mean, that's cool.
Beautiful ven. Ooh, yo, yeah.
I'm not that was a nice spot, and it was
Yeah,
a
it
nice
was.
people.
It was.
Like my anxiety was on the roof, but you know,
It's a very, very interesting layout of the building, but it's
Yeah.
There's
and
also
the art around the walls.
there's art
Is it
around the
Chico
walls.
O?
Yeah.
Yes. Art by Chico O.
Art by Chico O. So shout out to you.
Yeah.
Great pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to the catering as well. I believe I gotta
Bully,
get their name.
Bully,
I don't remember the name, but I do know what you're
But,
talking about.
Yo,
Yeah.
at the end of the
Yes.
night,
The food was great.
no,
Food
at the
was
night
nice,
the
man.
food was like kind of finished. Like, so
corn
shout out
soup
to you
was-
guys
I
as
had
well.
the corn
Trust me.
soup. Corn
Yeah,
soup
I
was
think at
fire.
the end of it, they only had corn soup, and even the corn soup, they're just like,
Yeah,
Still
like
slapping. Still
finished,
slapping.
right?
yo.
Shout out to all the people that participated in Sunday Social's event.
Yes.
The
The interviews.
interviews as well.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, man. You're gonna see more of us on road.
Yes, yes, we are.
Online.
Yeah, online.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Woo.
And if you know anybody, definitely tag them and send us over to them to let them know, like, hey, we're taking interviews.
AskTheVent@gmail.com. ASKTHEVENT at gmail.com. So
And you can hail us, yo. We don't bite.
yeah,
We might have screw
approachable.
face, but yeah, we're approachable.
The Theventpod on all social media platforms, by the way.
Yes.
So,
So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. And this is Event. We out. Peace.
peace.
Wash your hands.